The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, we got a lot of stuff going on this morning. We got the one and only money expert. That's right, our money expert, Jini Thornton, on with us this morning. Good morning, Jini.
Hey, good morning, Ricky. How's everybody doing?
Man, we are blessed this morning. There's so much going on now. You know, back in August, Donald Trump signed an executive order giving employees a break from payroll taxes through the end of the year. And he also said, and I'm quoting Trump right now, if I'm victorious on November the 3rd, I plan to forgive these taxes and make permanent cuts to the payroll tax, and I'm going to make them all permanent. Now, consider the source, but we all know that everything that look good ain't good for you. Is that a good thing or not?
Well, you know, Ricky, I think it really depends on who you are, because we have to understand that this is a deferment, meaning if your employer decides to do it because it is your employer's choice, that you may not have to be paying these Social Security or FICA taxes now, but you will have to pay them back next year. You have until April 30th to pay them back. So if you're just willing to kind of kick the can or, you know, kick the debt or the responsibility down the road, then it's a good idea for you. But if you're like, you know what, I don't want double taxes taken out of my check next year, I'm not even going to do it.
Right. Wow. So who is eligible? Okay. Who is eligible for the payroll tax break, and how does all that work?
So if you make less than $104,000 a year, you're actually eligible. And so what will happen again, which is interesting, employers have the choice. An employer can say, I don't choose to do this. I don't want the headache or the administration. So if your employer, again, does do it, what it means is, again, that Social Security tax is going to stop coming out of your check. It might say FICA for some of y'all. It might say Social Security on your pay stub. And beginning in January, they're going to double the amount that's going to come out of your check. January through April, they're going to spread it over those 4 months. So you're going to go from 6% in Social Security taken out all the way up to 12% January through April.
Okay. So how much extra money can people, you know, see in their paycheck?
Well, what you should do is pull your pay stub. And when you pull your pay stub, look in your withholding section, and it's going to either say Social Security or FICA. And you can see how much is taken out per paycheck. That's the amount that your paycheck can go up by. So that percentage is 6.2%. So if you just want to do the math, if you know how much money you make gross, you can multiply that by 6.2%, and that's going to determine how much your check can possibly go up by.
Yes.
And I know what the question is. I know people are like, you know, based on what you said, Ricky, at the beginning, how Trump is saying that he's going to make this a permanent change.
Right.
And he absolutely does not have the right or the authority to do that. And that's what I want people to understand, because he's making a promise.
Right.
Now, I want y'all to, you know, think about this. This President Roosevelt, back in 1937, created this law of Social Security tax, FICA tax being taken out. So Congress has to vote on this. Congress has to approve this. The president does not have the right, regardless of the president, they don't have the right to just say, you know what, we're not going to take out Social Security anymore. Because, Ricky, you and I both know, we talk about our grandparents. We talk about our aunties and uncles who depend on that Social Security check. Yeah. You talk about folk we know who depend on disability. All of that comes from Social Security. Yes.
What do employers think about this payroll tax break? Like, how do they feel?
Most of them are thinking, no, thank you, because it's an administrative headache. And also, to even think about this, if I have an employee, I decide not to take the taxes out of their check, and then they leave by the end of the year. As the employer, I'm going to be stuck paying back their portion of those taxes. I don't want that responsibility. I have employees. There's no way that I'm signing up for this.
Hey, okay, now let everybody know how you can be reached, and we really appreciate this information. So if anybody have any questions, you want to talk to Jini Thornton, how can you be reached?
Please reach out to me at Jini Thornton. That's JiniThornton. Y'all have an amazing day.
Hey, Jini, thank you. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all take care.
Always coming with that info, y'all. 29 before the top of the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.